What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Retro Night, and this is the Retro Nerd, of course. And this time around, we are playing Smash TV for the NES. So Smash TV, I want to say it was a branch off of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Running Man. So pretty much what it is, you go in there, you battle these guys. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a little burp there. I had a little bit of Pepsi and I need the burp. But pretty much, yeah. The premise of this game is you go in there and you fight wave after wave of guys. And while you're at it, you gotta collect presents, money. There's power-ups that change your ammo and stuff like that. And you just pretty much try to survive. And at the end of like each arena, I guess, there is a boss that you have to fight. You know, it gets progressively hard because this is like almost like a twin stick shooter before there was twin sticks, because we didn't have analog controllers on our controllers back then. We didn't have the joysticks or anything like that. Well, we did, but we didn't use them for, you know, we didn't have two of them on our controllers. So it's sort of like a twin stick shooter where one moves and then you have to hit the A button to fire or whatever, you know, have you. Unlike a twin stick shooter is where one's movement and one's firing, you just hold in that direction. This one's kind of harder because the movement is kind of stiff and you have to like be precise on what area you're shooting and all that, or else you're gonna get one of those guys to sneak up behind you and knock you out, hit you, cause damage, whatever. But yeah, going back to it being like sort of like a runoff of Running Man, it's got almost the same premise, but Running Man was more like, I want to say Running Man was like essentially like the first battle royale movie, because it does predate battle royale, the movie. I don't know if it predates the manga. I think the manga might be older. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, pretty much it's the first it's the first Fortnite movie essentially, or a PUBG movie where it's whoever's the last one survives wins like the cash prize, something like that. But yeah, it sort of took its premise from there. But in this one, you just gotta get prizes, be the one with the most prizes, blah blah blah, survive the longest, you know, yada yada yada. It does take away a little bit of stuff from Contra too. There is a spread fire and stuff like that. What else? There's machine gun. There's like all these different kinds of power-ups. There's one where like you get like a force field of like almost looks like throwing stars almost that surround you, and you know, eventually some of them take enough hit, you know, kill enough people that they start disappearing, and then you have holes in the shield and all that stuff. But yeah, some of the weird stuff that you actually pick up is like VCRs and toasters and stuff as prizes. You pick them up and it's like, you got a VCR, you got a toaster oven. It's like, why the fuck am I picking up this shit? I gotta carry this shit all the way to the end of the game. But yeah, it's a fun game. It does not compare to the arcade version. And the Sega Genesis version is probably way better than the NES version. Also, you may also be noticing that on my NES cart that there's some starting to glitch a little bit. You'll see it in some of the video footage. You'll see it like flickering and shit like that. I tried to clean it the best I could, and I just got it to work. And I was like, sweet, it's working. And then like when I'm recording the video, like getting towards the end of it, it's fucking starts glitching on me. I'm like, fuck you, asshole. It's like, I gotta go with this footage anyway, so it's just the problems you have to deal with when playing NES games, you know. It just happens. But other than that, I think Smash TV is a good game. Like I said, this one could be, you could probably find a better version of it. Like the arcade version was good. And then there's the Sega Genesis version of it as well. That's probably 10 times better than this, because Sega Genesis was a 16-bit console compared to the NES 8-bit console. But it's still fun. It's still fun to play. You get the premise. Just shoot, move around, don't get caught, don't get hit. You know, just collect as much shit as you can. Build up your points, and as you build up points, you know, you get more lives and all that shit. So that's just the premise of it. But it's a fun game. I recommend it, especially if you can get it for dirt cheap. Don't spend too much money on it. If you're spending more than, I want to say $20 on it, don't even bother. If you're spending more than that, don't bother with it. Just keep looking until you find a cheaper copy of it, because you're gonna find one. But anyways, guys, I've been the Retro Nerd. This has been an episode of Retro Night, and we were playing Smash TV for the NES. Retro Nerd out.